I'm excited to see where we go from here.
You saw 6-2 Syrup favor?
Yes, I did. It's also hard to say how much of that is like recency bias, right? I do think historically, Mr. E has probably had more of those wins, and Syrup maybe has more of them more recently, but it's difficult to say. It is going to be the Steve. We are going to be coming here on small battlefield, and Mr. E definitely starting out with a little bit of a lead here. Gets that grab, gets the back throw, already in an edge guard situation, and that's not where you want to be as Steve against Lucina. Big disjoint, really good sword to a... Jesus, back air after back air. Where does Syrup go? Okay, high mix, gets back to the ledge. And now it's Mr. E with an awkward recovery, blocks in place, makes it really difficult, has to recover high, and the percents aren't that far apart anymore. Jab fair, sending off stage. Nair on the blocks. Jesus, though, the footstool out of shield down air. I'm telling you, the meta has developed. We used to talk about this as a new thing, but all the top players just do it all the time now. It is beautiful to see. Syrup taking that first stock. Some minecarts in play, breaking that crafting table, but no, caught in a jab train. I think, okay, yeah, I was going to say, Syrup very much knowing, and Mr. E very much knowing, that Dolphin Slash breaks through those jab strings at low percent. Having that important knowledge may be what saves Mr. E from death early, or Syrup.
All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to step out for a sec. Scott, what did I miss?
Both down one stock, pretty even. Mr. E starting with a quick lead, but Syrup with some really good edge guards taking the first stock. Mr. E just answered back. But here we are, Dolphin Slash punished off stage. Yeah, Mr. E also with some really good edge guarding. It just seems like this whole game has come down to who gets the other person off stage first.
Now, we did see Mr. E take on Pango earlier today in pools,
right.
Winning on winner's side. But I didn't get a chance to watch it. I'm really curious how Mr. E deals with Steve, because I haven't seen a lot of it in New York recently.
Yeah, it's difficult to say. I mean, I do think Lucina's sword might slightly outrange most of what Steve has here with the pickaxe and the jabs with the sword, but even with that being said, the Steve combos are outrageous, and the edge guard game is outrageous here.
Yeah, those blocks setting up a wall off stage, and then good ledge trapping tools against Lucina. It's going to be hard, but Lucina has all these tools with sword to get in on block, create that distance, so
100%.
I don't know.
Syrup's done it every time here. He puts those two blocks in that position. The microsecond Mr. E is off stage, and I think it makes Mr. E afraid to go low to bonk on those blocks.
Oh my god, catches that fair wide, but still,
there it is.
With side B and up, he still doesn't make it through the blocks.
I genuinely thought with that, I don't know, maybe wave down side B there, that Mr. E had created enough space to the stage where he could ride up through the corner of the blocks, but it didn't work. Syrup knows what they're doing here on the edge guard.
Yeah. It's hard because sometimes you have to hug the stage on those recoveries so that you break those blocks as you come in.
Seemingly not working there, though. I was a little surprised. I did think it was going to work, but maybe it wasn't far enough in left. We've seen it out with a lot of options exactly in that position to get further left, other than even that wave bounce. But look here, I mean, that's past the block on the left.
Wow, so far.
That's what I was saying. I was surprised that totally bonked. Maybe it's also just the angles on small battlefield. We'll see if it changes here now on FD.
Yeah, change in stages, the first time we've seen FD for a while on stream today.
Yeah, have to
Mr.
agree.
E's counterpick too.
It instantly puts the two blocks down every time. It's so scary. Get up attack. We'll see if Mr. E can buy himself some space here. Mr. E certainly has what it takes on the edge guard, but it's just, once he's off stage, it seems like it's lights out.
TNT
oh
out.
My god, instantly triggering on the pressure play too.
Catches Mr. E dashing in, almost knew that approach was coming and sets down TNT just in time. Weird setup with minecart. Goes low, fares the send out, minecart low, another low back air from Mr. E.
Get a rinse and repeat. That's exactly how Syrup got around it in game 1-2. You get that high mix, just enough time to get around Mr. E's low side B. All right, low back air, sorry.
God, barely gets around Mr. E trying to catch.
Great spacing on the grab. Goes high, back to ledge.
Drifts back to the ledge. Very nice to get around Steve.
Okay. Looking for something. Kind of letting Steve mine a little bit. A little afraid to overcommit on the approach. Good grab, but Lucina doesn't get that much out of grab.
Dude, did you see, immediately after the throw, dashes back to prepare for the mistech, and then still punishes Syrup, dropping down off the block from the nice tech. Such good awareness, man. Mr. E is a monster.
I've been saying it all day. You know, I mean, starting with Mr. E winning the home run bracket yesterday, but the entire tournament, like, Mr. E is a surgical precision player. It just feels like when Mr. E kills you, he absolutely knew exactly what you were going to do and played around you perfectly. And that felt like one of those moments to me. Back airs through the minecart, really good option here. We'll see, can Syrup find footing? Dolphin Slash going to put it in just an awkward enough of a position for Syrup to get back to ledge and take backstage. Still up 3 stocks to 2 though. This is looking like Mr. E's game to lose.
Forward throw off the side. Block not low enough to block a recovery. Waiting.
Maybe, I think you can just jump or neutral get up through that. I don't know.
Any of your ledge options, or at least roll and normal get up, should break any blocks in your way.
Right.
But I think just the timing mix up for Mr. E, trying to slow down the pace.
Oh no. Tried to go for a mix there with the shield breaker. Doesn't quite work out and actually going to SD for it. Still with a sizable percent lead though. We'll see if Mr. E can push that advantage. We do have diamonds on deck. I think that might even be a backup diamond. I'm not sure if that was the first one.
These spaced out fairs and down tilts just trying to keep distance, but caught by Fair. Nice escape with up out of shield.
Fair, up tilt. If Mr. E can close out the stock early, might be a pretty big boon, but these low percent Steve combos are coming in with the diamond tools, already racking Mr. E up to 55%, and the gap is closing. Back air barely clips through that minecart. Jesus. I like the idea to use Dolphin Slash there to try to get a hitbox out fast enough.
Text the footstool, misses the dare.
Okay.
Follows with an upper. Mr. E with a 1-stock lead, trying to make this comeback and get on the board to even it up.
Gosh. At low percent, Lucina's hits don't have enough hit stun. When you're able to land back on stage, Steve has those quick up tilts.
Now a little TNT tech to air dodge down, setting up a scary ledge trap situation.
Yeah, a little bit low on iron, but nothing to be too scared of just yet. When you're on these final stocks, you always got to be careful.
Nair sending off side. Low recovery.
I like the idea there. I think with the presence of mind to try to catch on the way back up with the Dolphin Slash, but just a little bit too slow.
God, Lucina's sword does such a good job of stuffing out these minecart recoveries.
Yeah.
It creates this wall where you have a lot of time to beat it, whereas other characters, it's hard to break through that thing sometimes. You can't hit Steve's body through the minecart.
It's true. It works so consistently well through the minecart.
Down tilt the tech chase, rolls out.
Another back air scoop, and all right, that's going to be a JV2 for Mr. E.
Dash back air to cover Steve trying to get back to center. Mr. E on the board to make it 1-1.
Yep. Definitely looking different than game 1. We'll see where we go from here. I mean, do you think it was just the FD counter pick that made a really big difference there, or did Mr. E figure something out?
I don't know. I think he
Hard
just
to
locked
say.
in. Bro.
Yeah.
I think he just locked in.
Honestly, that might be true. Having a little bit more space to work with on FD, maybe working out to Mr. E's advantage as well. You know, able to create some space when that pressure's being put on. I don't know.
Yeah, you would think, you know, Lucina has some options. Let's say Steve's putting a bunch of pressure on your shield. As Lucina, you now have some platforms on a battlefield or small battlefield to escape, but I guess that isn't as important as I think in this matchup in some instances. You know, because Mr. E doesn't abuse that. It's just a nice little get me out of jail free card sometimes. But this flat ground, maybe...
I honestly think, and this is, I don't know if this is true, but I just think that what happens is on the smaller length stages, there's more hits that end up sending you off stage. And it's the second Mr. E is off stage is when it's scary.
Yeah.
But that game, honestly spending very little time off stage.
Oh my god. Maybe a misinput to try and dash away from that TNT. Caught for some good damage. Unanswered 44. And looks like we have some steel tools on deck.
If my theory is right, Mr. E might be able to create some space on this stage, but who knows?
The fair train caught with a down smash at the end of it. What do we got for a ledge trap? Setting up TNT at roll distance in the back air to cover jump. Blocks out again.
Oh my god,
on the block for a down
and
smash.
The block took too long to break, so he couldn't grab ledge. A very, very critical first stock for Syrup, killing Mr. E while not taking that much percent himself.
Oh wow, the recognition to hit jab one and then shield to cover up the outer shield.
Yeah.
So good.
Syrup is so ready for it too, like knows exactly the options that Mr. E has. Not gonna get caught out of place by it. Mr. E also a little patient, very content to give Syrup a little space to mine with that little bit of bait. Hasn't really been able to punish it yet, but...
trying to land with a Nair 1 or something from Mr. E and caught by up tilt from Steve.
Pretty low on iron right now, but still giving Steve a little bit of space. I like those back walls for Syrup here.
Oh my god, the footstool. Dare out of shield. Good
Another tech minecart. Tech
dude, chill
back air.
out.
What is happening? DBZ, guys, that's crazy.
God, Fair off the side of the stage to even it up. 2 stocks apiece, but Mr. E still with a little deficit. Farron through these blocks. Steve now Diamond on deck.
Okay, stuffs out another minecart. Mr. E trying to claw his way back to an even game state. Finds a back air. Syrup off stage.
These delayed back airs in the corner, trying to catch Syrup drop and shield.
He's mining, but he's not able to put down any blocks, and he's not really able to create space. But there it is, up tilt, able to take back center. Mr. E edging out a bunch of these interactions, but it's just one big hit for Syrup, and it's lights out on the second stock.
Whoa. Minecart out, send it high, but they're both back to center. Reset, a chance for Mr. E to capitalize with a little bit of rage.
And maybe that was supposed to be an up tilt.
Oh, F throw to send off stage, and Chasen blocks out. Forces that wide recovery. Mr. E saw it coming, but Syrup was ready to punish the mix.
Yeah, it's so tough to get around that with Lucina.
Oh. Need something to catch up and close the stock before we take too much damage from Syrup.
Back
52.
jab into an up tilt combo, into a big back air. Yeah, 52% already.
God.
Uh-oh.
Nice
tech on the fair. But still, the percent is mounting, and it is not looking good for Mr. E.
Nice. Just wait for that normal get up.
Nice. Okay. All right. Final stock here. We do have a diamond on deck, and there is the
that's
tools.
huge right away, getting it out for this last stock. Need some more materials. You're low in your bar. A little bit of iron, a little bit of stone.
Okay. Gosh, a little bit of clang. We do get a grab, Mr. E. Can he find enough openings, though? It's like with Lucina, you don't get a lot of guaranteed combos. You really need to look for opening after opening after opening, and that's what Mr. E does best, but
They're scrapping right now. Air dodging, or excuse me, rolling through that F smash. Fair, Tech's on the block.
okay. God, they're both really hunting for that center position.
Good delayed Fair. F smash
Wow.
almost catching.
Could have been a huge hit, doesn't quite land. Weak minecart gonna connect on Mr. E, and we're getting there to death percent. A back air will probably do it.
Mr. E putting on the damage, bringing it back, thrown into the block. Mr. E ready for that bounce, but nice tech from Syrup.
No tech on that second one, but bounce off the block and let Mr. E have one more lease on life. Breaks the blocks with the fair, so he's able to recover. No, that was a get-up attack, but doesn't do it. Normal get-up caught by down smash.
Wow, great weight from Syrup as well. Both of them with good patience, but Syrup calling it out at the last moment to throw out the down smash and catching Mr. E getting up. Syrup going up 2-1.
You know, it's also possible that Mr. E just knows more than me because I said get-up attack, and I do think that would have worked, but there is a chance because that down smash lingers that maybe it would have still connected. You know, difficult situation no matter where you splice it.
And maybe it felt safer to try and get a normal get up into shield, you know, not risking the chance that Syrup drops that early and then punishes that get back.
Syrup did charge it there, I will say. You can see that was pretty long charge, pretty big timing mix-up.
Yep.
Definitely made it difficult.
All right, game 4, we're going to Town and City for this loser semis.
They call it a pseudo FD, right?
Yeah.
That's where Mr. E won last time.
Yeah, this is his counter pick, some more space and some material change up for Steve.
God, I swear, I just don't know how Mr. E does it with this character. It's because it just feels like a Steve, and a lot of top tier characters, to be frank, you land one hit and you take so much percent from your opponent. Mr. E has to find opening after opening after opening.
What is it on Town? You just get wood?
What was that?
Do you just get wood, Steve, on Town City? I think it is just wood.
That might be the case. Seems like it from the resource bar. Yeah,
Wood and steel.
I forgot about the resource counter picks, man. It's honestly pretty huge.
Oh my God, footstool down to shield again?
The TNT in front of the blocks was brilliant because it forced Mr. E to have to jump over the blocks, otherwise let Steve mine so much resources, put Syrup in exactly the position he wanted to be in.
Oh my God, almost triple hit by that cart.
Yeah, unbelievable amounts of damage.
Good weight, not hitting that fair on shield, knowing that Syrup was looking for a punish.
Jab fair, Mr. E off stage. Not quite lapped in percent, but getting close. Needs to close out this first stock. Bear off the blocks, barely not going to do it.
So deep, no way! Great tech.
I don't even know if he would have made it back to ledge, but Mr. E was forced to save him there with that up
I don't know, there was some Mewtwo King tech in there. He was going deep, I think he was going to make it back. Back throw, I guess not quite up throw percentage yet.
Okay, up tilt going to do it.
Barely closing off the top. Mr. E evens it up 2 stocks apiece, but sitting at 99. God, Fair and Bear do such a great job at deleting those grounded blocks.
Okay, nice fair to stuff out the early Elytra. Back to ledge we go, though, and a strong minecart. Barely not going to do it from cross town, but we are basically at death percent here for Mr. E. Bear onto the plat and tech down. No, reads a tech out, gets a tech away.
Again, gotta be careful at these kill percents to not land in Steve's face with these fairs and bears, because that's twice already this game where we've seen this foot slot of Shul and dare to connect.
It's so tricky, and it actually adds a huge dimension to Steve's gameplay, because at those percents, you feel like most of Steve's combo starters aren't going to lead to your death, but footstool there out of shield absolutely kills you.
Oh no,
my God.
again, the blocks are out. And Syrup to take it over Mr. E.
Yeah, 3-1. I'm a little bit aghast at just how good those two block placings are at stuffing out Lucina's recovery.
It's weird because you see the
brutal
body
position.
almost to the side of those blocks, but then still hits the head.
Yeah.
Even when you're not near it. I've never really seen that interaction.
I really
like
did
that.
think, like you were talking about at the end of game one, that like if you get that wide angle, slide up on the side of the stage, you'll go through the corner of the block. But something about Lucina's recovery just quite doesn't work that way. I mean, look how far to the left Mr. E is here. Fully character model to the left of the blocks. Up B comes out, but just completely bonks.
Like, look at that. Because that's what you're supposed to do. I think DeBuzz put out that video. You're supposed to kind of come into the stage
Right.
so you break these guys out.
That's
But
what I thought. Yeah.
I guess still maybe a little too low on that recovery, but who knows?
I truly couldn't explain it, but clearly Syrup having the game knowledge and